India and China are in the middle of their largest ever joint military training exercise called Hand in Hand. But while both sides reached out to one another there, China was clearly the challenge in joint naval exercises between India, US and Japan, which were going on in the Bay of Bengal at the same time.
Indian and Chinese soldiers lobbing grenades and then storming a building, attacking imaginary targets. Here, Chinese soldiers use flamethrowers in the operations. It's all a part of Hand in Hand 2015, the fifth joint exercises between India and China, held this year at the Kunming Military Academy since the 12th of October. Exercises meant to enable the forces of both sides to work together in a counter-terrorism and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief scenario.
Here we organize and conduct.
Overcoming language differences has been a huge challenge for both sides, more used to squaring off against one another along the disputed line of actual control between the two countries.
Under the two ground teams of the reserve group.
As these soldiers trained in Kunming, far, far south in the Bay of Bengal, China has not been seen as a friend, but a challenge to be reckoned with. In September, at the inaugural US-India-Japanese ministerial meet in Washington, all sides underscored the importance of international law and peaceful settlement of disputes, freedom of navigation and overflight, and unimpeded lawful commerce, including in the South China Seas. Key to the United States shifting its area of interest to the Asia-Pacific region is participating in exercises like this, the Malabar exercises, which feature the Indian Navy and the Japanese Navy this time around. It's no coincidence that these exercises are being held in the Bay of Bengal. Everybody is wary of China and a growing Chinese presence in the South China Seas and also in the Indian Ocean, which is why all three countries consider these exercises to be very important.
You look at Indo-Asia Pacific area, huge expanse, huge amount of commerce that flows through there. India, especially with its expanding Navy, a big part of that. We want to make sure that the United States and India have a great relationship as our navies work together to ensure good cooperation and ensuring freedom of the seas.
For New Delhi, the exercises in Kunming are a pragmatic gesture at being friends with an old military adversary. And while the exercises are excellent exposure for soldiers at the unit level, the larger concerns on China were played out at the same time, nearly 3,000 kilometers away. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.